coming up to a standing position at the top of your mat. I'm also just going to spotlight myself really quick here as well. Okay, great, everybody. Okay, take your time, excuse me. Okay, again, coming up to the standing position. Feet can be hip distance apart, or if you want to be a little bit wider with your stance, that's totally fine as well. Okay, and we're just going to take our arms, we're just going to swing them forward and backwards just a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to kind of bounce my knees just because I've been sitting a little bit before this class. So if you want to bounce your knees a little bit, that's fine. Just swinging your arms forward and backwards. And these can be small swings, they can be big swings. And thinking of this more as like a shoulder opener. You're opening up your chest and your shoulders in a gentle, soft way. Okay, and again, you can be in stillness. You do not have to bounce. Good. My legs just need a little waking up from sitting. Good. Okay, let's just do this just a few more times. Okay, great. And then slowly just start to find a little bit of stillness. Good. I'm going to bend the knees again, just like a little soft micro bend or a big bend, okay? And then I'm just going to gently swing my arms across my body. Okay, so I'm spiraling a little bit here. If it feels okay, I know my head's chopped off. If it feels okay, you can look to the way your arms are swinging, the front arm is swinging, I should say. You're welcome to kind of add a little bit of upper body head to this. This can be fast, this can be slow. You can let your hips twist with you. Okay, it does not have to be perfect. Again, this is just, thinking of like the chest opening and whee, like a fun little swings, okay? Okay, great. Okay, let's just do this just a few more times. And slowly start to find just a little less momentum, letting it slow down, coming to just like a nice little pause. You can close your eyes here if that feels comfortable to you, and just notice how your arms feel. Do they feel lighter? Do they feel heavier? Are they tingly? A little more sensation, less sensation. Okay, all answers are correct. Okay, don't make it feel like a checklist. It's just a way of just tuning in. And slowly let's just reach our arms up over our head. And let's grab our right wrist and gently just lean over to the left. And then slowly rising back up. And then switching sides, grab your left wrist, gently leaning over to the right. Good. Rising back up. Cactusing your arms, just bending your arms, opening up your chest. And then from here, let's gently interlace our hands behind our back, okay? You can keep your knuckles attached to your tailbone or low back. Just roll those shoulders back and up. And again, this might be a huge stretch for you, so you're welcome to stay here. You're also welcome to extend your arms back. Yogi's choice. And we'll softly bend the knees and gently just start to fold forward in a gentle forward chest expansion. Good. And again, it does not matter if your hands are attached to your back or reaching up over your head. Okay, whatever feels best. You can do a mix of both. And then when you're ready, we'll release the arms back down onto our mat. Okay, good. Let's bend our right knee. Okay, keep your right hand grounded and then gently just reach this left arm up towards the sky. And again, if your hamstrings aren't ready for this, you can keep both knees bent. Okay, we're just twisting over to the left. Maybe the hamstring, lengthens, maybe it stays bent. Good. Slowly release your hands down. We're going to switch sides. Left knee bends. Maybe the right leg straightens as this right arm lifts up towards the sky. Maybe not. Okay, you can try a little bit of both. Good. A little mix of both is fine. Good, and then exhaling, lowering your hands back down onto the mat. Okay, lengthen up halfway. Gently, let's actually step our right leg back first before we vinyasa. Okay, so let's step the right leg back We'll come into low lunge. So back knee lowers down, dip the hips, roll the shoulders, lift your arms up over your head when you're ready. Okay, good, and really ground into this front foot. So we find activation right away, okay? And this is my third class I'm teaching today, so I am feeling like a little more open. Okay, I've been moving my body all day, but you do not have to go to your extreme sensation, okay? So if you're a little bit more stacked up, that's fine. Just really root down to lift up. Okay, you do not have to be in this nice long stance that I'm in, okay? You can be in a shorter stance, but just breathe. It's just about finding stability in this front leg, okay? Good, let's take a nice big deep inhale in here. Exhaling, hands lower down and twisting, right hand down, left arm up towards the sky. Okay, good, so twisting towards that front leg, the bent knee. Good, inhale in, exhale, hands lower down, straightening the front leg, half split, Ardha Havanasana. And again, you're welcome to use blocks here, flexing through your your left toes. Oh gosh, I'm switching legs on us, but just that front leg, okay? Good, again, we're just waking up the body, so, not extreme sensation. You can see that my left knee is, bent generously here for the hamstring stretch, okay? Good. Okay, we're gonna bend back into this front leg, the left leg. Okay. We're going to step back into plank, okay? And again, plank your way, okay? Legs can be totally straight, or you can come into half plank as well, just making sure your hips are pressing forward, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, and just holding here. Toes can be lifted, toes can be down in your half plank, whatever feels good for your body. Good. Holding here for 3, breathing for 2, last inhale in, exhaling, slowly lowering all the way down onto your mat. Okay, and then coming up into Sphinx pose, elbows and forearms down. And just pressing down into your forearms, lifting your chest up nice and high. Good, and really think about your hands are grounded on the mat, but you're sliding your elbows in underneath you. They won't go there, but just have that active energy of moving your arms in towards your chest as your chest is pressing and lifting forward here. Let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Woo, big neck stretch for me personally. Good, breathe here. Keep activating into those forearms and hands as you lift away from the mat. And then bringing your head back in line with your spine and switching sides. Left ear to left shoulder. Good. Keep pressing into your hands, into your forearms. Good, lifting your head back in line with your spine. And gently just drop your chin to your chest just for a moment. And then lowering everything down. Okay. And then let's bring our arms back, bring our arms into cactus arms. Forehead will stay connected to the mat. We'll just lift and hover our arms up off the mat. And just pause here for a moment with your arms hovering. And slowly lower right back down. Good, arms lift and hover up off the mat. And lower back down. Good. Third one, lifting your arms back up off the mat, just letting them hover. Activating your rhomboids, your scapula, okay, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then slowly lowering your arms back down. Good. And then let's just work on the legs just a little bit here. So go and bring your hands under your forehead. And we'll just lift our right leg up off the mat. Again, it can be low, it does not have to be high. Okay, think about your leg being nice and straight and lifting up and out. Okay, and then lower that right leg down. Left leg lifts, lengthen it out a little bit more, try to hold it up there and lower down. Right leg lifts and lowers. Left leg lifts and lowers. Let's do one more on each side. Right leg lifts and lowers. Left leg lifts and lowers. Good. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to press up into downward facing dog. Okay, take your time. Any transition, you can move into like full push up, okay, into your plank, the downward dog. I'm moving in a little gentler way by coming into hands and knees and then making my way to downward facing dog, okay? And let this downward dog, you know, move around a little bit, pedal your feet, sway your hips. Notice how your hamstrings feel, the back of your body, your arms. See if you can let go of any tension in your head and in your neck. Inhaling, looking up at your hands, gently traveling to the top of your mat. Take your time, nice and slow. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. And we're going to switch sides right away, okay? Left leg's going to step back, low lunge. Okay, back knee lowers. Dipping the hips, rolling the shoulders, lifting your chest and your heart. And again, any version, shorter stance, long stance, hands can be down, one arm up, both arms up, okay? It's all about just activating this right foot, okay? So just notice if you're like sinking into the right leg, press into your right heel. So you stay really active in your right foot. Soften your shoulders. Good, twisting, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky, twisting towards that front knee. Good, yeah. Good, you guys. A few more deep breaths. Lowering your hands down, straightening the front leg, the right leg, half split. And again, straightening for me is totally bent, and that's fine. You may even get a deeper stretch with your knee bent because it just gets kind of into your hamstrings a little bit differently as well. So you can play with that. Okay. And just breathe. Wherever you're at is perfect. Okay. Moving through our standing sequence first right away is always like a little humbling. Okay, so you got to kind of ease into it all. Okay, good. We're going to bend back into this front leg. Okay, and then we're going to step back again, plank your way. And this can be on your forearms, legs can be straight, they can be bent. Good, and just breathing here for 3, for 2, and 1, lowering all the way down, a strong push-up. Okay, lower all the way down. We're gonna come back into that Sphinx pose, elbows and forearms down, pressing up through your chest. Good, legs are heavy. And let's do that neck stretch again, okay? So we kind of observe how things are changing. Right ear to right shoulder. Oh, maybe not as intense. Okay, it's like softening up a little bit for me. Still intense, but not as intense. Good, bringing your head back in line with your spine, left ear to left shoulder. Good, lifting your head back up, chin towards your chest. Good, and then lowering it right back down, hands under the forehead here. Okay, so we're gonna skip our cactus arms. We're gonna go straight into the legs. So we're gonna lift our right leg up, just the right leg 6 times, okay? So right leg lifts up off the mat. Let's try to straighten it a little bit more and lower back down. Right leg lifts and lowers. Good, here's 3 and lower. 4, hold it up at the top and lower. 5, hold it up at the top and lower. Last one. 6, hold it up at the top and lower. Good. Left leg 6 times. Lift the left leg up. Right, squeeze your glute and lower down. Left leg lifts. Hold it up at the top and lower. Lifting 3, hold it and lower. 4, left leg lifts and lowers. 5 and lower. 6, hold it up at the top and lower. Good. From here, we're going to extend our arms out in front of us. Okay, so I'm just going to back it up just a little bit. Okay, so arms do not have to be directly in line with your shoulders. If your shoulders are tight, your arms can be in a V or wider. Okay, I just want it to feel okay and, you know, on your shoulders. It's all about opening up the chest. So don't move in a way that feels constricted. Okay, open your arms out wide. That's totally fine. They can even be out to the side. Okay. Okay, I'm going to kind of go in between. I'm going to do like a little V here. Legs are going to stay heavy. We're going to Superman and lift our arms up and our head up. Okay, and you'll notice maybe with your arms over your head, you don't lift up as high, and that's okay. And then slowly lower back down. Inhaling, lift up. Hold here up at the top. Exhaling, lowering back down. Inhale, lift. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lowering right back down. Okay, let's do 3 more just like that. You can change your arm position. Okay, lifting back up. Try to keep those legs heavy and lower back down. Good. Lifting up and lower. Here's the 6th one. Arms lift, head lifts. Keep your focus down and slowly lower right back down. Good. Hands under your shoulders, pressing back to downward facing dog. Good. And then again, just kind of take notice how this downward dog feels. What's changing, what's staying the same. Good, let's stay for an inhale. Exhaling, slowly start to travel up to the top of your mat. Take your time. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come all the way up to standing. Again, take your time. Arms will reach up over your head. And exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, good. Okay, from here, we're going to come into just a little bit of a balance. We're going to come into tree pose. Okay, so I'm just going to turn to face you all. Okay, so just take your right leg and go ahead and just turn it off to the side and then just place it wherever you want your tree to be. Okay, so I'm going to actually go a little bit lower today just to kind of change up the angle and change up my balance. Okay, I'm going to reach my arms up over my head, growing my tree branches. Okay. Cactus arms, bend your elbows. Good. I'm just gonna switch the camera up a little bit higher. I feel bad that my head's like chopped off. Okay, good. So cactus arms. Let's go ahead and bring our right arm under the left for eagle. Okay, right arm under, left arm over, eagle. So we've got our eagle landing in our tree here. Okay, good. And just breathe. Notice what changes. Let your foot track, right? So let your ankle and your, wiggle and wobble. That's good. Okay. And breathe. Fly those eagle arms out and up. So you want to make your tree branches again with your arms. Okay. Front leg, right leg is just going to cross in front of your left. Okay, we're going to grab a hold of our right wrist and we're going to lean over to the left for a nice little side bend banana stretch. Okay, so right leg is just crossed in front. Inhaling, rise on up. Okay, and then just unwind your legs. You can shake them out if you need to. Okay, and then we'll do tree pose on the other side. Okay, so left knee bends. Turn it out, and again, place your foot wherever you want. And again, I'm going to practice changing it up a little bit. I always put it up to the highest point, so I'm just going to go a little bit closer to my ankle here. And then when you're ready, tree branches can grow. Arms up over your head. Cactus arms. Good, and then we're going to come into our eagle, left arm on the bottom. Okay, you can always hug yourself if that works better for you, or you can come into eagle. So left on the bottom, right on the top. eagle arms. Go ahead and again, let that right foot track. If it's wobbling, wiggling, that's great. Okay, that means you're getting stronger. You're challenging your balance. Fly your eagle. Oh gosh, now you really know I'm teaching kids. Okay, and then that tree leg, we're just gonna cross it in front. So left leg over your right, grab your left wrist, and we'll gently lean over to the right. Okay, good. Now I just want to sing that Seal song, fly like an eagle. Okay, come on up. Good, unwind your legs, shake them out. Awesome, good, good everyone. Okay, inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Okay, here's our sun A's. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, stepping back, plank pose, your way, chaturanga, your way, back bend, your way. Good, and then downward facing dog when you're ready. Okay, let's stay for one more breath. Stay for the inhale, exhaling, traveling to the top of your mat. Lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to rise up to come up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, stepping back, plank. Chaturanga. Cobra, Sphinx pose, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Exhale out through your mouth when you need to. Stay for another breath here. Then stay for the inhale. Exhaling, traveling to the top of your mat. Lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to rise up to come up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, last one. Inhaling, arms up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to lengthen up halfway. And then slowly just journey back, downward dog, your way. Take your time. Any variations, skipping anything. Okay, all good stuff. Really nice. Good, everybody. Okay, I want to do one last little like back butt stuff. Okay, so we're gonna slowly make our way back onto our tummies again. Okay, and I believe we did a little bit of this last week. Okay, so just make your way down onto your backs. Okay, and we have already done a lot of it already in this way with our head down, hands under our forehead. Okay. If you'd like, you can come up into Sphinx pose to do this as well, okay? I'm gonna choose to show it in Sphinx pose, but again, know that you can always come back to this position with your hands under the forehead, okay? So I'm gonna lift up into my Sphinx. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing, little series with our legs. So we're gonna just do the right leg 6 times, lifting it up, and then we're gonna do the left leg. I'm gonna add a few other little variations, excuse me. Okay, so pressing down into your hands, pressing down into your forearms if you're choosing to, okay? Right leg lifts up off the mat. hold it up there, and lower back down. Right leg lifts, hold it up there, and lower down. Okay, and at any point, if you're like, ooh, this is getting too like low backy for me, lower down. Okay, it is totally fine. Okay, here's 4, and lower, 5, and lower, 6, and lower. Left leg now. Left leg lifts, squeeze it up here at the top, and lower down. Left leg lifts, and lowers. Lift, and lower. Here's 4, and lower. 5, lift up, and lower. Last one, 6, lift up, and lower. Okay, now we're just gonna alternate. We're just gonna lift the right leg up and down, left leg lifts and down. And again, of course, check in with your back, okay? By all means, lower down if you need to. Just squeezing and switching out here from right to left, moving a little bit slower, okay, so that we're really engaging the glutes when we lift the leg up. Okay, last one. Okay, awesome. Okay, if you can, we're gonna lift both legs up. And again, I'm still in Sphinx pose, but you're welcome to lower down, okay? From here, we're just gonna click our heels together, beating our legs. Still let your legs be nice and straight. You do not have to be super high off the ground. They can hover, but just beating your heels together nice and quick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna flutter. So now you're just gonna swim your legs, kicking, 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 right and left, nice and fast. Okay, back and forth, straight legs again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, rest. Woo! And release here, good. Let's go ahead and bend our knees and then just do little window wipers here, just back and forth from right to left. That should feel really good. A nice release going back and forth in that way. Good, everyone. Okay, while I have you down here, let's go ahead and do just a chest shoulder stretch here. So right arm's gonna reach out to, straighten your legs, sorry you guys, and then right arm's gonna reach out directly to the right. Okay, right hand can be in line with your shoulder directly to the side, or you can come into a slight V diagonal. So I have my right wrist in line with my right ear. Okay, left hand slides under your shoulders. And we're gonna gently tip our hips over to the right, stacking our hips. So we get a nice stretch through that right chest and shoulder. Legs can stay straight and stacked. You can also bend them if that feels better. Okay, it's maybe less weight on that shoulder. Okay, knees can be bent, legs can be straight. Or you can also take this top leg, which will be your left leg, and you can bend it back behind you to act as like a little lever, kind of letting yourself rock back and forth if that feels okay in your body. Good. Be gentle, be kind to that right shoulder. And just breathe. If you want to get fancy, you're welcome to reach this left arm up towards the sky. You can even bring your left hand behind your back. Sometimes that adds a little extra stretch, a little double stretch here. Yeah, anything you want to do here. Okay, great. Go ahead and lower your left hand under your shoulder and slowly take your time, making your way back onto your stomach again. And go and bring that right arm underneath you, and we'll switch sides. So left arm directly out to the left, and then just looking at your left wrist, making sure it's in line with your shoulder, or again, taking that variation of this, just a slight diagonal. So left arm just moves a little bit forward, so it's in line with your left ear. Right hand under your shoulder, and then flipping and stacking your hips to go to the second side. And again, you know, this side may feel totally different, so you can always do different variations, okay? I did a little mix of everything I talked about, okay? Straight legs, bent knees, right leg behind me, okay? I think the bent knees felt the best for me today. And then right arm can reach up towards the sky. Good. You can do circles with your wrist, bring it behind your low back. Anything that feels good here. And just notice right away, like, do your sides feel even? Do they feel different? Is the side tighter, more open? Okay, good. Then slowly start to lower your right hand back under your shoulder, and we'll gently make our way back onto our tummies, just nice and slow. Bringing that left hand under your shoulder. And then from here, we're going to slowly just press on up into child's pose, okay? Just take your time. Grunting is always welcome, of course. Okay, good. And then when you're ready, slowly just come on up. Okay, and we'll just swing our legs around here. And we're gonna set ourselves up, just kind of sticking with some shoulder stuff. We're gonna come up into reverse tabletop, okay? So definitely play with, I feel like I'm always cueing in this traditional way of ankles and knees and hips all, you know, have to be hip distance apart. Okay, definitely play with like a wider stance. Okay, so I'm gonna go actually as wide as my mat. You're welcome to go wider. It might be a little harder that way, but I'm gonna go as wide as my mat. And again, you know, my feet aren't like super close into my glutes. I have them like, you know, far out so my hips have somewhere to go. And then hands behind you. You can fan your fingers out, okay? You can fan them to face your low back. Again, it's gonna all depend on what your shoulder needs. So I'm gonna have my fingers fanned a little bit out to the side here. Feet are wide. I'm gonna roll my shoulders, lift my chest and my heart. And then this might be like, oh, this feels so good. I don't wanna go anywhere else. You can stay right here. Or if you want to start to add and bear some weight, you'll press into your hands, you'll press into your feet to lift your hips up towards the sky for reverse tabletop, okay? And I'm just looking forward. Okay, you're, of course, are welcome to look up towards the ceiling. And if it feels okay on your neck, you can look back behind you, okay? Of course, just moving away. That feels good for you and feels safe. Okay, definitely like don't strain your neck, okay? Good, inhale in here. Exhale, hips lower down, okay? And we're gonna stay in this position and just do little window wipers, just shifting your knees from side to side. The window wipers. Good. Okay. And again, please, you're welcome to play with your stance. If you wanna go narrower, if you wanna bring your feet together, that's fine. I'm gonna stay nice and wide because it feels so much better on my shoulders and on my hips. Okay, and we're gonna set ourselves up here for second round of reverse tabletop. Okay, so again, feeling grounded through the feet, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest up. And again, you're welcome to stay here. On your inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Good, any variation with your head and your neck. Just choose breathing first. Let's stay for one more round of breath, inhaling in, exhaling out. Stay for the inhale, exhaling, lowering your hips down. Okay, and this time we're gonna just take our hands out from underneath us and just do some little circles, twirling with our wrists. So just circling your wrist in one direction and then the other. Great. Okay, and then one more round here, okay? So arms reach back behind you. rolling the shoulders, lifting the chest and the heart, and then slowly lifting the hips when you're ready. Okay. Good. Just breathe. Keep expanding your collarbones, rolling the shoulders back. Sometimes when you get up there, you kind of collapse in your shoulders. So really keep opening them up nice and wide. Ooh, I got an elbow crack. Exhaling, hips lower down. And again, a little combo of everything. If you want to do window wipers, some wrist circles. Ooh, I can do both. I didn't know I could do both of them at the same time. You're welcome to do that as well. I didn't know I was so coordinated. Okay, wonderful. From here, soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Just breathe, okay? I'm using my my hands under my feet to help lift my chest up a little bit taller or longer, finding a little bit more length. Okay, and then here at first, let's start to fold forward with a flat back. Okay, so try to keep your spine nice and long. Okay, elbows can kind of bend in towards your ribs. And just breathe here. Find a little bit more length through your spine. Let's stay for one more full round of breath here. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Stay for the inhale. And then exhaling, you can slowly start to round your spine and see how that changes the stretch, dropping your head, making it heavy. Keep breathing, keep relaxing. Great. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up to come all the way back up. Good. And then let's go and extend our right leg out to the side here, okay? Left foot connects to the inside of your right inner thigh. Arms reach out to the sides, nice and wide. And keeping your sit bones nice and strong and sturdy and centered here. We're gonna stretch towards our straight leg. So right arm down, left arm up and over. Okay, so we're practicing this like side bend stretch here. Good. And this should remind you a little bit of like triangle pose. Okay, just a little bit. Not so much, but a little bit, okay? As in the side body, okay? Come on up and we're gonna switch left hand down, right arm up and over. And just notice if and when your right hip wants to lift and just reground it and maybe not stretch as far. Rise on up, okay? We're gonna fold in between our knees here, okay? So we're just gonna reach forward. And it's really not like straightforward, right? Like you have to kind of fold in between your knees. Okay. And I have my forearms bent so I can drop my head and make it nice and heavy, but you're welcome to keep your arms straight if that feels good for you. And again, just breathe. You may feel this a lot in the hamstring. You may feel this a lot in the groin. My calves are really tight, so I'm actually feeling it where, you know, a little bit behind my knee and then my calf, the top part of my calf on the right leg. On your next inhale, slowly rise up, arms reach up over your head and twisting towards your bent knee. Right arm comes across, left hand reaches back, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. It's not necessary, but maybe you look that way. Maybe you just look sideways. Okay, and I'm like really loving this version of this like nice big side body stretch here. So keep your right hand on your knee. Start to reach this left arm up towards the sky. And then we'll start to pitch and lean over towards the right. Okay, so again, this right arm is kind of acting as a little bit of leverage here as I lengthen over towards the right leg. Yeah, so my hand's still connected to my knee, and then my back arm just lifted up to stretch towards my straight leg. Okay, good. Okay, and again, you might not go so far, but that's okay. Let's rise up, turn towards the right leg now. So you'll twist towards the straight leg and slowly just stretch over for a nice little hammy stretch. Okay. And I want you all to, again, to kind of take some liberties here. You get to choose your own yoga adventure. Okay, so arms can be relaxed. You can grab your right foot. You can grab the outer edge of your foot if you want to, opposite arm. Okay, anything that feels good, anything your body is craving, now is like the time to do that, okay? Good. Take a nice big deep inhale here. Exhaling, slowly release, and we'll just switch sides. Okay, so I'm going to come back to like Baddha Konasana, and I'm going to extend my left leg out to the side. Right foot attaches here. Arms out nice and wide, and then it gets sitting right on top of those sit bones. Left hand down, right arm up and over. So just stretching sideways, that side body stretch. Ooh, this side's tight. Okay, rise up and switching right hand down, left arm up and over. And again, just notice at one point, you know, the left hip might want to lift up and just reground it. Maybe don't go as far. Inhaling, come on up. And then folding in between your knees. Okay, good. Here's like our half wide leg fold. Good. And this, again, you know, I like to share, you know, what I'm experiencing, just so, you know, you kind of ask yourself, like, what you're feeling. Like, this side feels completely different. I'm feeling it in a different part of my, my hamstring. So again, just kind of take note. Okay. Okay, rise on up, take your time, arms reach up over your head, twisting towards your bent knee, left hand comes across, right arm reaches back behind you. Good. Maybe you look over that back shoulder. Again, it's not necessary, you can always look straight ahead or even to the left shoulder. Okay, good, and then keeping your hand connected to your knee, back arm lifts up towards the sky. And then we just slightly bend over towards the straight leg. Okay, and I like this variation because the arm really is like in the way of you cheating to drop your shoulders. Like, you really have to stack the shoulders and, you know, kind of keep this nice straight side body here. Okay, good. Let's stay for the inhale. Exhaling, release. Arms up over your head, turn to face that straight leg. And then gently just fold over the left leg. And again, your version. You do not have to bind. You do not have to grab your toes. You can find softness. You can lengthen. You can grab your feet. Okay, whatever you want to do. Okay, yogi's choice. A mix of all, that's also fine. Okay. Take your time. Let's gently come on back up, coming all the way back up to seated, and then slowly just bring your legs in. Okay. Okay, we're gonna come into double pigeon, double log pose. Okay. If you need to use blocks for any reason, you know, you can use a block. You can even use pillows, whatever you need. Okay, so we'll start with the right leg first. Okay, and we'll take the right ankle and bring it over the left knee, okay? And then just stacking your, your legs up like double logs, okay? I actually like to call this I dream of Genie pose, okay? And, if your knee is really lifted, this is where you can, slide a block underneath for support. Okay, pillows, blankets, okay, anything that works for you, stuffed animals, okay? And then just sit up nice and tall here, okay? Roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart. This might be enough of a stretch for you, so you can stay here. When you want to, you can start to walk your hands forward, okay? And then just never compromise, like if your knee hurts, right, back off. You can also just do figure 4, okay? We're stretching the same muscle, right? We're stretching the outer right glute, okay? So again, just be really safe, be mindful, okay? We only get one body, so let's really take care of it, okay? Okay, don't let like the ego or, like what you think the pose is supposed to look like or what it's supposed to feel like get in the way. Just go off that pure sensation for yourself and what feels, safe. Okay, and challenging, yet like yummy and delicious in the stretch. Okay, you want to feel like it's a lot of feelings, but again, you want to just move in like this safe way, right? This is absolutely intense, whether you're walking, running all day, bicycling, cycling. If you're sitting all day, this is still going to be really intense too, okay? Like the hips are always, we're always using them. Okay, take some deep breaths. Gently come back up, nice and slow, okay? And then I like to walk my hands back and, kind of just gently unwind my legs, okay? Whatever, again, however you want to come out of it is perfect. I like to do like a little wag, shaking my legs out, and then we'll switch sides, okay? So right knee bends in, right leg bends in, and then we'll take the left ankle over the right knee. And then you just want to get your shins as parallel as possible. So try not to have this like foot tucked in too much. You want to kind of bring, your ankles and knees are stacked on each other here. And this side, you may not need the block or the prop, or maybe you do need it. So, use it. And if you don't, that's fine too. Okay. So sit up nice and tall. Okay, our sides are, not the same. So just honor that. And again, you're welcome to stay here seated. This is like super intense. Okay. You can walk your hands forward if you're ready. And again, know that whatever you choose, you don't have to stick with that the entire time, right? Like you can change your mind. Okay. But know that you're changing your mind and not just doing it out of like, oh, I can't decide what to do. And I'm going back and forth and fidgeting. Okay. Like really just make the, conscious choice of like, I need to ease out of this and I'm moving mindfully and I'm breathing. And then I'm going to mindfully move back into it deeper. Okay. That you're really being conscious and aware of the choices you're making. Take a few more deep breaths here. Nice full deep breaths. And slowly come on out of it. Okay, again, really mindfully and gently. There is no rush. Walk your hands back. Unwind your legs. Ooh. Shake them out. And we're going to slowly just make our way onto our backs. So take your time rolling down nice and slow. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug here. And let's take the knees apart, just circling them around a few times, okay? Like 3 or 4 times, it's fine. Maybe 5. And then reverse your circles. I did 3 and then I was like, wait, I want to do more. And then I did 1 more and then I wanted to do an extra one. Okay, so again, go with how your body is feeling, okay? Okay, great. And let's come into happy baby pose. And again, your version of happy baby pose, you can grab behind the knees, okay? Really thinking about moving your knees to the outer shoulders, rib cage. You can grab your ankles. Okay, you can grab the outer edges of your feet. You can also have your feet together, like Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. And, you know, kind of be in child's pose this way as well. Okay, so yogi's choice again. So I'm going to give you lots of options for your happy baby pose. You can rock from side to side. You can find stillness. But if you want to do little check marks here, straighten one leg, bend the other, you can move again back and forth in this way. This actually feels really good and actually kind of goes back to like our stretch that we did on the ground. Okay, a little hamstring stretches on the ground. Okay, and then from here, go ahead and lower your feet down. Keep your knees bent. Okay, and I'm going to cue this maybe a little bit different. So I'm going to have your guys' feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance. Okay, so maybe they're a little bit outside of your hips or maybe to the, to the edge of your mat. We're going to roll the shoulders back so we kind of puff up our chest here a little bit. And when you look at your knees, right, your legs are going to be more like in a V position rather than like completely parallel. So, try to resist the urge of letting your knees knock in and, let them be V'd out, okay? We're going to lift the hips up towards the sky here. And as you come into this bridge pose, you're going to walk your shoulder blades underneath you again. Maybe you interlace your hands, okay? Maybe you just grab the outer edge of your mat, okay? And we're just going to stay here, breathing, noticing what you're using, what you're not using, what you can let go of. Maybe notice what it feels like to relax your glutes and what you have to use to lift your hips up without squeezing your glutes. Okay. Take a nice big deep inhale in here. Exhaling slowly, lower your hips back down nice and slow. Good. And then just gently bring your knees together to touch. Okay. Just not kneeing your knees in. Okay. Place your hands on your rib cage here. And you're welcome to stay here, okay, in this like little tent position, okay? Or you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. And again, your choice, you can stay here, or you can start to straighten your legs out onto your mat. Just notice how you're breathing. You make your inhales just as long as your exhales. You let your legs be heavy. You let the mat really feel like it's supporting you. The ground, the earth underneath you really support your body. And you soften your shoulders, your face. Release your tongue so it's not pressing to the top of your mouth or the roof of your mouth. Let it relax. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently shift your head from side to side. Making circles with your wrist and ankles. Just inviting larger movement back into your bodies. And when you're ready, stretching your arms up over your head. Gathering your knees into your chest. And just making your way up to a seated position. Okay, and just right away, we'll just bring our hands together at our heart center. Pressing our palms together firmly, just honoring and saluting the essence of yoga within ourselves. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling out through your mouth. Inhaling in. Big exhale out. Good. Last one. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste, everyone. Go in peace.